right, so on these problems, we are looking at finding the determinant. It's not a hard concept to do when you have a 2 by 2. What you're going to do is cross multiply. So we're going to multiply 4 times 8. And then from that, we are going to subtract 9 times 3. You have to make sure you go in the right order. So 4 times 8 minus 9 times 3. So 4 times 8 will get us 32. Minus 9 times 3 is 27. And that will get us 5. And that's your answer. Now, when you're doing a 3 by 3, as in number 43, if you're doing the review in my class, what the numbers are, what we're going to do is we're going to repeat the first 2 rows. So we'll have 5, 4, and 1, and 5, 2, and 1. And we're going to go, we're going to cross multiply type deal here again. We're going to multiply diagonally. So our first ones, we're going to go 5 times 2 is 10, times 3 will get us 15, or 30. What we're going to do is let's write them all out so you can actually see where the numbers are coming from. So 5 times 2 times 3 plus 5 times 2 times 1 plus 2 times 4 times 1. Now, we're going to go the other direction and we're going to subtract. So we're going to go 1 times 2 times 2. We'll do this one and we'll do this one. So I'm going to write those in the red. These will be subtraction. We don't have enough room to go clear across. We're going to bring them down here. So we've got 1 times 2 times 2 minus 1 times 2 times 5 minus 3 times 4 times 5. So now we're going to do the multiplication on these to figure it out. So 5 times 2 is 10 times 3 will get us 30 plus 5 times 2 is 10 times 1 will get us 10 plus 2 times 4 is 8 times 1 will get us 8 minus 1 times 2 is 2 times 2 is 4 minus 1 times 2 is 2 times 5 is 10 and minus 3 times 4 is 12 times 5 is 60. So as we add these together, we get 40 plus 8 would be 48, minus 4 would be 44, minus 10 would be 34, minus 60, we are going to equal to negative 26. So this would be your determinant answer. If you had negative signs in here, you need to make sure you bring the negative signs over, and they will become a part of the problems over here. So the next one we are going to look at is actually using determinants in what we call Cramer's rule. We are solving using Cramer's rule. So the first thing that we need to do is set out our determinants. So in this case, we're going to have our D equals, we're going to solve it. So we are, I should put solve here, so solve using Cramer's rule. So we're going to have our determinant here, then we'll have our dx, and we'll have our dy. So let me move this up a little bit further so we can see all of it at one time. So our dx and our dy. So for our numbers in our determinant, we're pulling them straight out of the system of equations we have here. So we're going to pull our coefficients down. So we have 2 and a 3 and a 3 and a negative 2. So those are just the coefficients that are up in our system. So when we do dx, we replace our values of x with what's on the other side of the equal sign. So we have 34, negative 1, and then we still have the same y coefficient, so 3 and negative 2. When we do dy, we keep the same x coefficients, so 2 and 3, but we change our y's to the ones on the other side of the equal sign, so 34 and negative 1. So now let's go do our determinants. So again, we're doing like we did on the first problem. We have 2 by 2's. So we'll have 2 times negative 2 minus 3 times 3. So that'll get us negative 4 minus 9, which will equal negative 13. This one, we're going to have 34 times negative 2 minus negative 1 times 3. So that'll get us negative 68. And we have a negative times a negative here will be a positive. 3 times 1 will give us 3. So this will be negative 65. Here we're going to have 2 times negative 1 minus 3 times 34. So that'll get us negative 2 minus 102, which will equal negative 104. Now to solve for our x and y, x will equal dx divided by d. So you can think about if we took the d's away, the x equals x. So that could help you figure out which one goes on the top. So the value for dx is negative 65 divided by the value of our d is negative 13. And when we divide that in there, we're going to get positive 5. We have 2 negatives, so it'll be 5. Now y is going to be dy divided by d. Again, the d's could, if we took them out, we get y equal to y. Kind of give you a clue on how to do those. So that's going to be negative 104 divided by negative 13. And negative 104 divided by negative 13 will be positive 8. So our answer is actually an ordered pair. We have an x and a y value, so it's going to be 5, 8. And that will be your answer.